Hi there, guys. I'm not sure if you can see me. I'm still struggling to see you. At the moment, there's currently 3 viewers, but for some reason, it's not showing up on my side with regards to seeing you. I'm going to turn the Q&A on just in case you guys want to ask questions. But it's just really strange not having to actually see any of the CLC centers. So for those guys who are logging in and listening online, I thought I'm just going to go through what I can. Although I can't see you, I'm sure you can possibly write in a question if you have anything to go through. But what I thought I'd go through is some of the assignments. I actually just wanted to get a feel from you guys how you're finding some of the more recent assignments before we get cracking, so I can know what you'd like to focus on. So at the moment there seems to be a problem. I can't actually. I'm not sure what's actually happening here because there seems to be two separate Google Hangouts happening. I'm looking at one and there's two viewers, but there seems to be some sort of technicality here. Right, I'm just going to carry on, guys, and if you just start watching during the course of the tutorial, I thought you can always just add on and start watching as we go along. But I thought I'd just go through some of the assignments with you guys. Remember the relevance of these tutorials is actually for you guys to ask the questions and possibly for me to just elaborate more on those questions. So these are not videos per se of certain aspects that I need to go through again. This is more your opportunity for you to ask questions related to some of the questions that you've gone through and that you need possibly a bit more information on, or you'd like me to go through things again. So this is really your opportunity for you to ask your questions. I know with regards to the last few assignments, some guys have found it quite tricky. Some have found it tricky, some have found it a bit easier. But I actually just wanted to get a feel from you guys how you finding the assignments, because depending on which one you'd like me to go through or which chapter you'd like me to focus on today, I can obviously focus that depending on your questions. So I'm just going to wait about a minute to see if those other guys are going to actually join us, because I don't want to go through something that's not relevant to where you guys are at. So I want to use this opportunity to make it as effective and efficient as possible. And if I'm going through an assignment or an aspect of work that perhaps I've gone through in detail before, it's possibly not the best the best time to go through that. So remember, we've only got these these tutorials once a month or once every couple of weeks. So I want to encourage you guys, before the tutorial even starts, to send me questions that you'd like me to go through. Send me aspects that you want me to perhaps go through in advance, so that I can actually prepare those well in advance before the tutorial and assist you with that. So at the moment there seems to be only myself. I'm just waiting for other guys to connect. I'm not really sure why it's not working. So for those that are watching, I see there's about five who are watching. Those guys who are watching, would you mind just indicating me if you can just write something in the Q&A box that I know that you're actually there, because I can't actually see you on my screen. The only profile I see on my screen is myself, so either you're listening in just pure audio, or there's some sort of technicality glitch. Yeah. So at the moment we've gone through about 8 of the chapters. I know with regards to a few of them, some have been more difficult than others, but as a whole, I think the book is really good at explaining a lot of those different aspects to you. Remember, if you ever get stuck on one of the chapters and are not sure, and if you've maybe gone through the chapter one or more times and gone through the examples and you're still struggling with it, please just drop me an email and say, Mark, look, I'm not getting this aspect. Would you mind going over with me? You know, I can always schedule for the next tutorial, or even just drop you an email, and we can set up a time where we could just go over that quickly. But generally, the tutorials are the time to go over those aspects that are maybe quite difficult. So this is really quite difficult to know which assignments to go through before anyone's actually given a question. Just going to write in here. We're going to use this question and answer tool. For those of you who are listening possibly online and for some reason your profile is not showing, perhaps try the group chats or the Q&A bar so that I can actually answer your questions since you're not live. While I'm waiting for the guys to respond, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go briefly through some of the assignments. I know that the assignments currently are only going up to assignment 9. Okay, I'll load up the rest of the ones today so that you can plan your weeks ahead. The reason why I only put it up to 9 was because that was up until the end of May. What I'll do is now for the rest of the year, I'll put out the other assignments so you can plan accordingly. I know it's sometimes difficult not knowing when the assignments are going to be, but generally on a week-to-week basis, you'll possibly have an assignment basically every week, bar the last few weeks before your exam. So if you just schedule that in mind, just remind yourself that there's very few of the weeks where you don't have an assignment. So for those of you who are scheduling to plan ahead, just bear that in mind. Right, a lot of the information is already on Funda, but with regards to the timing of the assignments from 10 onwards, you'll get that shortly. So I just wanted to focus on that for you guys. All right, it seems like there's no one actually connected onto the tutorial, so it's quite sad that no one's actually connecting on this tutorial. And with that note, I'm going to have to end this because I don't want to waste anyone's time. I'd like to go through one of the assignments, but there's either a technicality glitch or all of you doing so great that you don't have any questions or don't have time to actually launch a tutorial, which is quite sad. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it for this week to go on to the next tutorial video, which is basically on the 14th of July. There's a bit of a break now for the June holidays. Not now, but I mean until our next tutorial. So our next tutorial is set for the 14th of July, and then the last one is on the 4th of August. So for those of you who couldn't connect to the video, I'm going to put this online, and you can always view it. But yeah, just keep going forward, guys. If you have any questions, once again, please email me so I can go ahead, and hopefully next time you guys can connect to the Google Hangouts. All right, until next time, cheers.